It's 2 years since I uploaded a video. I've got to a point in my life, I'm going through a phase where I think something has got to change. Either I'm learning something through this situation, process, whatever you call it, or it's beginning to own me rather than me owning it. I'm getting this sense that I'm serving this situation rather than it serving me. So something's got to change. I think this phase started around Christmas. We were away for Christmas, staying in Hudson, upstate New York, and I had got the opportunity to just step back and assess what's going on with work and life and everything, and realised that this project that we had on at work was going to be all consuming, and that I was going to have to work evenings and weekends in order just to get it over the line. And my assessment at the time, looking back in my diary, was that it would be for 6 weeks to 2 months. It's now the middle of May. At the time, I did have these 3 words kind of running as a narrative through my mind, which were purpose, alignment and gratitude. So I threw myself into it, feeling like if I'm aligned with my purpose, I will feel a sense of joy and gratitude as I'm doing it, and we'll get something out of it. So that's what I committed myself to. Picked up my contact lenses, made myself some lunch. Working from home has its perks, especially on a nice day. I prefer working in the office. I'm more focused, it's more fun, it's really fun going up to London. So last week I took a week's leave because, as you may know, Louie and Raya have had a little baby boy, and I took over grandma duty from Raya's mum. I agreed with the people I was doing this one bit of development for that I would be online in the afternoons because they were doing testing and they might have needed some help. However, I actually ended up doing more hours last week than I normally do in a week, and one day I even worked till 3 a.m. and that's when I began to think something needs to change. So this is my little home office setup in the top attic room, in the spare room. So I feel like I've given everything my best shot. I've thought, what can I learn from every step of the way in this situation? There's been a lot to push through, and I feel like it's been very character building. But now I've got to the point where it doesn't seem to be serving a purpose anymore. It's just consuming my life. I think pushing through on different steps of a project is going to be useful for the future, because we are going to have quite a few projects on even when I retire. Ben's already retired. Things like decluttering. We don't want to leave our kids with loads of junk that even we don't use now. And we want to get the house and the various properties set up for exactly what we want our lifestyle to be at in the future. A couple of really good things have happened recently. I managed to push through on saying we must get some new furniture. We've had the same sofas for over 30 years and we ordered some new ones. arrived on the same day that we got news from the mechanics that they'd got the van working again. As you might know, we bought the Campervan from Louis and Raya after they'd done their trip to Bulgaria, because they realised once they have children it's not going to be a suitable vehicle for them. So we had been wanting to get a campervan for a while, and we fell in love with this one whenever it arrived, when they first purchased it. And we drove it back from Bulgaria. It was a super fun trip.
Oh, we need to do Nastrave.
Yeah. Nastrave.
I can't reach. Oh. So we haven't explained why my parents have arrived here in Bulgaria, other than obviously visiting Bulgaria. But because we've driven all the way down here, it took us over a month. We have to get back to America. We haven't got time to drive the van all the way back. And thankfully, this has been a dream of my parents for years. So my parents are taking the van from us and driving it all the way back to the UK on an adventure. So we're handing over the keys. Are you excited?
Well, there's only one set of keys, so...
Yeah, don't lose it.
We won't lose them. And the van's been specially cleaned up for us.
It has.
And I think we're ready to go. It's
Yeah.
fun, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to be able to visit places in Europe that we've always wanted to visit. Trieste, where my grandfather grew up.
Yeah.
And Holland,
Yep.
where you're on.
Amazing.
So it's
Wow.
going to be good. It's going to be warm.
Yeah. Well, have a great trip, Louis.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks for
Thank you
coming
so
down.
much for letting us drive the van and be part of this fun adventure.
Enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks, Louis. See you soon.
Bye.
See you guys. See you guys.
Bye.
We're off.
We're off, isn't it?
But over the winter, it had just been parked up and we couldn't get it started, and it was at the mechanics for quite a few weeks. But on the same day that the lovely new sofas arrived, the van started. So I feel like I know exactly what I want to do when I do retire. I really want to enjoy gardening and going on campervan trips and spending time with the grandchildren. And I have loads of other creative interests as well that it would be nice to have time to do. And then also seeing friends, investing in the friendships that we've had for decades, and continuing to support those people, and yeah, doing life together. So I have a few tools that I use to help me manage this life stuff. I've always journaled since about the age of 13, and they've ranged from notebooks like this to big notepads like this. And about 2 years ago I got Raya Carroll's book on bullet journaling, and that got me a lot more organised in terms of how to set out tasks and just get things organised and track stuff. And he talks about doing rapid logging, and that wasn't quite the kind of journaling that I was used to. I was more used to doing stream of consciousness, like very verbose. And then I got the Artist's Way, and that kind of enabled me to get back to my stream of consciousness journaling and use the bullet journaling for tracking plans, etc. It really kind of freed me up to again using like a big notebook for the stream of consciousness stuff, because Julia Cameron, who is the author of this workbook, talks about morning pages and writing out at least 3 A4 sheets first thing in the morning and just doing a download of all your thoughts. Raya Carroll's perspective is a little bit more bullet points on your thoughts, précising them, so that you can look back on them. So what I tend to do is every now and then I do a review and look at the insights that I've got from my kind of stream of consciousness, download my brain thing, particularly if there are certain themes that keep repeating. So I've been using those two tools, the bullet journal and the morning pages. We've come away for a night in our camper van, just down the road, but to this incredibly beautiful place. We've managed to get away in a camper van, which is very exciting because I mentioned before it's been off the road and we've got it back, and the weather is lovely. We're literally 5 miles down the road, but we could be anywhere. I'm gonna go and have a walk around the lake in a second and show you. Look how beautiful it is. There's some picnic tables there. We came here about a year ago and it was the Jubilee weekend, and we parked about there. You can just see our van just through there. There, something like that. I'm really enjoying being in the van because while it was been off the road, I've been watching loads of van build videos, and I can't really see much I would want to change. I look at all these van build videos and I think, oh no, our van layout's much better than that. And I particularly love all these windows. And I think the reason that this van has all these windows is because it was an ambulance, and you can't really tell from the inside, but the windows are quite dark, so unless we've got lights on in here, people can't really see in, but we can see out. So I think it's just so lovely, and I just love the wallpaper that Louis put up there. It was some kind of like Art Deco black and white stuff before, and obviously it does need a bit of loving care, a bit of TLC, where the paint's got chipped, because Ben tends to put bikes in here if he's going somewhere, and he's going to meet his brothers or something. So rather than what we do when we go off and we take bikes with us, we take the front wheels off and then we can fit them in the kind of garage part of the van. He'll just shove them in here, so the lovely little magnets that were on the fridge broken, but I've kept all the bits and I've got some super glue. So yeah, I just need to touch up the paintwork where it's like got marks all over it, and I'm not sure I'm loving these leopard head and foot boards. Might change that. And I quite like this kind of pink colour, but I think that could be something different as well, and just like make it more our own, although everything about it is just lovely really. At the back we've got the original kind of paper concertina blinds, and Louis and Raya replaced the ones that were here with these roller ones, and I think it would be nice to have those at the back as well. And I've seen on some van builds where people have a little shelf, because there's just a massive gap and a drop, so I think that would be really good.
a heart in the sky. Can you believe that?
I've done a car vlog for a while. I'm beginning to wonder if actually I'm just burnt out. And also, I don't know if I mentioned, but I had to have an op last week. So my health is a little bit under par. It wasn't a big op and I didn't have to be cut up in or anything. But they did say it was like 4 weeks recovery. Anyway, I'm also not very motivated when I'm working from home. So I'm gonna go down to Waitrose and get an almond croissant and a little wander around to see if there's anything else I fancy buying. I'm back. I've got my almond croissant and a cup of tea. I don't love the Waitrose almond croissants. I think I prefer Pret. They're just a bit sugary. I bought a lot of stuff. Which kind of wasn't the point of driving down there because I'm not supposed to be walking too much and lifting heavy things. Anyway, I'll do a little haul later, but I need to log back on for work. I can't be away from my desk for too long. Right, so I'm stopping for a lunch break now because it is 1:45. And look at all my lovely flowers people keep bringing around because I had that op, so that's very nice. And I'll just show you what I got in Waitrose, what I couldn't resist the temptation of. So I've got some pumpkin seeds, just standard grocery things, some lentils, some kidney beans. I was going to make, got some brown basmati rice as well, some chilli later, and then I forgot we don't have any veggie mince, which is what I've been using lately. But I've got some pasta. I think I'm going to have this for lunch, pasta and lentils. At Louis and Raya's UK wedding celebration, they did a completely vegan meal, and one of the best dishes was pasta and lentils, so that's become a regular. And I got sunflower seeds as well, and then I got, instead of walnuts, I got pecan nuts, because I also got some yogurt. I'll show you that in a minute, and something else I put in the fridge, I can't remember. And I should have put these berries in the fridge. Some veggie stuff. Oh, and other treats I thought I might mix with the lentils, capers, and I was looking for artichoke in the deli place where they had roasted artichokes, but they didn't have any today. And I'm feeling a bit creative, so I haven't made bread for a very long time, but I got some of the Waitrose special Canadian, and I quite like making the seeded one at the same time. So I'm trying to recover from this burnout feeling and getting back to some creativity, so why not? Here's the other fridgy things that I already put away. I normally get coconut yogurt, but they didn't have any, so I'm going to try this. And my favourite cheese. So I'm going quite plant-based over the last year, but I cannot give up this cheese. It's the best cheese, but I have to have it in a container in the fridge because it smells. It feels like this pasta is taking forever to cook. I think it's done now. I've made myself a little salad. Well, it's left over from last night, and I just need to show you this gorgeous present that I got from Darcy for Mother's Day. We'd been at a restaurant, a little Italian place up the road, and we had some bread and oil and vinegar to start with, and they brought one of those out. And then about a week later, I got Mother's Day / birthday present from Darcy, and she said, you need to open these two things first before this will make sense. And it was a bottle of oil and a bottle of vinegar, and then when I started to open the box, I went, how did you know? Because they'd brought out, when we were in this Italian restaurant, they'd brought out the exact bottle like that, and we were like, wow, that is so beautiful. We've got to get one. Complete coincidence that she bought me that present. So, how cool is that? Right, that was delish. The sun's come out, but I need to get back to work because it's 20 to 2 now, so it's nearly an hour that's up. But I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. And the other day when we popped into Louis and Raya's, Eamon and Beck were there, and when we were making tea, I said I want Red Bush or Rooibos, and Eamon said, oh, I need to give you some of ours. So it's not just Rooibos, it's all these ingredients as well, and it is kind of leaf, etc. So I've dug out this teapot that's from my dad's. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure how I would make it. I don't think we've got, oh yeah, I think we have got a tea strainer, but anyway, because normally in the UK we just make tea with tea bags.
Should we spray that?
I don't mind if I can.
Spray that.
Oh, Grandpa! Oh.
But you're not spraying me, I don't want to be sprayed.
Don't spray Grandpa, but he took his top off. I'm soaking.
Just tap.
Thanks.
Sheltering inside is hilarious.
Yeah.
Now she's yamming it. I just need to do this.
La 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 la. He's smiling. Yeah.
The weather in the UK is really lovely at the moment. I've been working from home today. I was up in town yesterday and the day before, but 2 days this week was enough because I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I had a small surgery which I'm still recovering from a bit. We were supposed to be going ballroom dancing tonight, but I'm just not quite there yet with my fitness, with my recovery. So we're going to go out in the van and just cook up something to eat in a lovely place that we've been before. But yeah, it's a beautiful evening. think we're going to set up our picnic things over there. And I've got the rice on and fried up an onion and some Vegemins with some chilli powder, paprika and cumin. And I'm just going to add the kidney beans and chopped tomatoes. Date night.
Very nice. Hey.
With an incredible view.
Liz, what are we doing in the middle of a field?
Well, we decided not to go ballroom dancing, but instead of going out for an expensive meal and not knowing what the food was going to be like, we thought, let's go to our favourite place, which is our van,
Down there somewhere.
which we can take to any beautiful spot.
Let's park up. Very
And,
nice.
we can cook food and know exactly what it's going to be like. Wow, that was delicious, though I say so myself. And Ben's just gone to get the chocolate pots and raspberries, which is what we're going to have for pudding. Yum.
The British farm. No, they could be Scotland.
And the chocolate pots, it's coconut.
Very good.
Yeah. Yummy, isn't it?
Very yummy.